I'm with UFO Rick. He's on Angie Ghost UFO Rick on YouTube. Like me, apart from more paranormal, I'm on YouTube. Remember to hit that like, subscribe, and comment and everything. Today on Let's Talk, we're talking about, well, the kraken or the kraken or whatever.
throw in the comments.
Yeah. Well, it's spelled like, kraken, but it's the kraken.
Yeah.
It's a legendary sea monster of enormous size, said to appear on the coast of Norway. A giant octopus or squid that destroys ships in the 1700s, 18th century. So let's talk about it.
Now, do you know if it's been cited, not when I say recent, I mean other than the 18 or 1900s or what?
The 18th century, yeah, the 1700s. It hasn't been spotted since.
Okay.
But you gotta think there's areas in the world that we haven't explored.
I was gonna say
the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, we know more about space, the little bit that we do know, than our own oceans. So yeah, that's
like
right.
Saying this thing wasn't ain't real is taking a spoonful of water out of the ocean and say, look, there ain't no squid in here.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Because we only cover so much of the ocean. We don't cover so much of space.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and we'll start talking about this giant squid, octopus, the kraken. It's funny because it's the kraken, but I'm gonna mess up 100 times on it, so it's gonna be kind of interesting. Okay, do you think a giant octopus can destroy ships?
I would say definitely.
I would say definitely, especially in the 1700s, because they're all made out of wood,
right,
and stuff. And if it had enough strength, it probably could.
That's exactly what I was gonna bring up. What you just said exactly, and I agree 100%. And now one of our, I've heard of it, and I'm not real familiar, but like one of our, we'll say, ships that's in the military. That, because you brought up, wooden, and they're more modern. I don't know enough about it, how big it is, if it could sink one of them, but if it could sink one of them, it's really got some stroke.
I don't think it'd be strong enough to.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards no. I'm really not familiar, but I would say no.
Because wood's more.
Because they got the octopus. It's got the strangle, hold, and they probably broke the wood.
Yeah, but here's another thing. I don't know. I don't even know if the kraken will be strong enough to do it, because I don't know how strong an octopus is.
Yeah.
I like I said, we're not too much about it. If you guys think an octopus is strong enough to destroy a ship, leave in the comments.
Yeah.
If you don't think we're right, go ahead, leave in the comments. Remember, Let's Talk is more of our opinion on these questions that we just come up with, and we just talk short about the the subjects, some of these cryptids and other stuff. So it's more just an opinion video. That's why we like to see your guys' comments below.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I don't think they destroyed a metal ship.
Yeah, I don't either. Could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Do you believe a creature this big existed, the kraken?
Do you have anything to compare it to, how big it is? Would it be as big as this house?
Well, you gotta think. You gotta think how big it is with the tentacles. If it can destroy a boat, and boats are pretty big. Pirate ships
probably be bigger than this house then.
So it'd probably go after Viking ships and stuff like that. Off Norway. So it's probably more of a sailor's tale, but.
So it would be gigantic.
Yeah.
Very, very big. Okay. Now I got my mind wrapped around it now.
So you think it would have?
If it's the real deal, I would say, seeing how we don't know a lot about what's down, down in the oceans, and I would say very much so that it could have, sank a ship very easily, maybe even today.
Yeah, never know. But my opinion on this, and I'll tell you what my opinion is, I think possibility, yeah. Because you gotta think you had the Megalodon, which was the giant shark,
Yeah.
Meg or whatever. So, you always got creatures, big back in the day and stuff. It might have existed back in the 1700s, but it might have became extinct. It might extinct itself out or whatever. I'm saying it's possible and everything, maybe. But another thing, it could be just old sailors' tales and everything.
Yep, could go either way.
And stuff because. Okay, let's see here. What other question did I come up with? Okay, with the sea being with the sea being explored, only a small part of it can be, that can be, explored. Do you think the kraken could still be around with not being noticed?
Oh, yeah. If it can go deep, without a doubt, yeah, it could be down there. And I'm not familiar with our submarines. I know diving wise, a person can only go down so far. Isn't that correct?
It's like, is it? You gotta leave in the comments. I'm not sure. I think it might be 4,000 feet.
Okay.
It's 3,000 feet.
A person, 3,000 feet.
I'm not sure. That might be 3,000 feet. It might be
3,000 feet or 4. I cannot.
But that might be the sub itself too. Without it.
Yeah.
Because they say
the pressure from the water will
crush like a pop can.
Right. So again, we could throw it out to you guys and let us know in the comments. So educate us.
Yeah, because you don't know what's down there deep in the dark.
That's right. Yeah.
And so, I'm saying, probably back then, it probably, could have existed and stuff, but I still think it's more of a sailor's tale to me myself.
Yeah.
And everything, but you never know because remember they used to have the dragon, water animals and stuff like that. But possibility, it could have been real stories, or possibility, it might just be old sailor's tale,
Yeah.
Who caught the bigger fish?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And remember, guys, fishermen do lie on the size.
I can attest to that. It got away. It was that big. It was a little freaking minnow.
Alright, we'll go ahead and ask this one. So, back in the 1700s, would they be able to stop a kraken attack? To me, if it's real, being one ship, I don't think you could. Unless, it takes it a long time to crush a ship or something. You might be able to set a cannon off and hit it.
Yeah.
And, they had swords and stuff like that, but
I would think that they would be very, very, very lucky if they were able to
stop it.
Yeah, to stop it. Because, in my mind, I see it just coming up and, making toothpicks out of it, and that's the end of it. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's pretty interesting stories and stuff like that. That's why we had to, do a short coverage over this and everything.
Yeah.
And stuff. Because, something that big and something that powerful and stuff, it'd be dominant.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
But they always said, they try to say, the Meg shark or whatever. And the kraken would have been top enemies against each other.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, who would win that one, in my mind, if the kraken got a hold of it and put the squeeze on the shark, I would go, definitely for the kraken. But the shark bites very, very nasty. So
But you gotta think the kraken, how big it is, how they describe,
yeah.
it could take on a whale.
Well, yeah, then I would say it would easily be able to, if it got the drop on the shark, it would, I think it could handle it.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
So that's gonna be about the end of it. We're gonna ask you guys, what do you think at home? Do you believe in the kraken? Is it fact or crap? Leave in the comments. To me and everything, I'm gonna say possibility. It could have existed. I'm not gonna say it didn't exist because I do not know if it existed or didn't exist
Same here.
and everything. But if you gotta deal with something like, that big on an old wooden ship or whatever, stuff, being on that ship, it'd suck
Yeah.
and stuff. But remember to keep exploring. Check out me and UFO Rick on our YouTubes and stuff. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And guess what? Peace.
Later.